Böyle içerisinde de var. Evet, evet.
Yeah.
So they already select it.
Good. Exactly. वो तो उसको तो रगड़ देते हैं।
बुलाया इसलिए।
हाँ, exactly. वो पूरा पानी
How are you?
Hi.
Right.
She wants to take our picture. Hello.
Hello.
They both count, they're both important. And so when we start thinking about the reporting cycle with the new standards, i.e. SS1 and S2, we are trying to take people through a journey. We're trying to give them as much information as we possibly can, working with the ISSB and with others to present that in a way that is understandable, it's clear and transparent. We ourselves have produced a whole range of reporting guides, and we've now translated it into Azeri, so anyone that's an Azeri speaker can access it. We've produced workbooks for businesses to download and use that use the S1 and S2 standards. And the reason being is because whether you're a large business or a small business, there are plenty of people around to help you through that. That's what our journey is. But in addition to the businesses that need to adopt this, our responsibility is about helping individuals, helping professionals understand those standards, right, and address actually the skills gap that the world is facing. Now, you wouldn't necessarily believe it, but there is a shortage of accountants. There is a global shortage of accountants. And that becomes doubly bad when you think about all of the new knowledge you need for sustainability. And so ACCA's job is to help give that knowledge to people, to help bring people into the profession, to help explain the standards to them, and to help them actually adopt them. It's one of the biggest business risks actually that we're seeing in sustainability is that people do not have the skills base needed. And so we're going to be working with our partners like EY to help train their staff, but also help with their clients, to help train clients and explain to them what is needed so they can be part of that journey as well. I won't talk too much about
wild fish, so you do both at the same time. You know, when you farm an apple or a strawberry, you just farm it. Here you're farming fish that require wild-caught fish as well, so it's still, I mean, to me it's not a solution. I think it's good like locally, because then you say you're gonna bring more sturgeon into the Caspian Sea, so maybe it's good locally, but when you look at the global scale and you take into account the fish that you're taking somewhere else, then it's not so good, because you take fish somewhere else to put sturgeon back in the Caspian Sea. That's how I see things.
It's where I agree with you. Nothing can be started from 0 to 100% in 1 second. So we are existing in this moment of the industry development. at this point, we cannot find the local protein source which can be called sustainable enough and applicable enough in the certain format. So we are basing on what the industry is proposing to us, and we are selecting the suppliers.
Just quickly before I race off, follow up on the point Benoit was talking about in terms of carbon footprint. Again, just to say that the OECD released a report through this inclusive forum at CMA, because we see that having access to accurate, sufficiently granular metrics of carbon intensity at the sector and product level is going to become more.
Nous travaillons ensemble, tout va aller bien. Merci de soutenir le secteur privé au Burundi pour aboutir à une cuisinière électrique dans chaque ménage. Ça, c'est très important. Cuisinière électrique dans chaque ménage. So we will have e-cooker in each family so that we will save our environment and climate change will be avoided in Burundi. So I would like to come back to Madame for another small question, to release you before, because you have another panel at which you will have to attend.
To clubs that are supposed to accelerate negotiations, but again, not in a universal setting, in a smaller setting where the participants, the members, can move faster than one could at a club. And
The green lights are showing. В нашем случае это 320 мегаватт, или более подробным языком это 500 тысяч домов.
Это больше используется, я так понимаю, где вода, правильно? Вот
Нет, это больше используется, где у нас есть система, резервуар природного газа или электролизная установка для производства водорода, где у нас есть газ, который мы можем сжигать.
в Азербайджане уже используется?
Да, используется в Мингачевире. У нас там есть теплоэлектростанция. Мы установили 4 таких турбин на данный момент, и они буквально к концу года уже будут подсоединены к сети.
Просто вкратце,
Environmental benefit, значит, здесь сжигается водород, то есть там есть какие-то выбросы. В нашем случае это просто выброс возного пара. Но когда мы сжигаем натуральный, то есть природный газ, там бывают выбросы углекислого газа, там, другие природных выбросов. А здесь мы посредством ветряной энергии, то есть энергии ветра, мы ветряную энергию передаем в наш генератор и вырабатываем электрическую энергию.
Azerbaijan, UAE and Brazil, because that's important that we should not forget what happened in the past COP, and then we need to carry on the legacy of the COPs as well, and we need to carry on what was discussed in COP 28, 27, and then it will be discussed in COP 30, because in this way we can get the the good results, and I think something that will be, the world will also trust upon such multilateral forum. And this is a very good initiative, and I also appreciate the NGO forum who are bringing the experts from different parts of the world to bring the voices of the civil society to this particularly important platform. And I think everybody is much concerned with the climate change, and I think Azerbaijan has done a great job by hosting this. The hospitality of Azerbaijan is of course phenomenal, and it's famous around the world, the delicious food. I will also urge all my friends who are visiting from different parts of the world to see the rich culture of Azerbaijan, the delicious food of Azerbaijan, and of course the music as well, and engage in a positive and productive conversation with a fresh mind and a delicious taste and a nice music and the beautiful people and of course the rich culture. So this will bring something positively, and we can hope that something will be pop up in the coming days. Like we see that peace truce was also initiated, and some other initiatives were also taken for diverse community by Azerbaijan. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
İşinizden razısınız. Siz indi xalça toxuyursunuz, yoksa ne edirsiniz burada?
Ben yurdarıyım. Bu necələrə əyib düzəltirlər. Tamaşaçılarda.
Çok güzel. Uğurlar.
Ellendorf, have you ever heard about Kyoto? Have you heard about Kyoto? Potential of Azerbaijan. In 1818, the Germans, the Schwabs from Germany, from the southwest of Germany, decided to discover and decided to find new settlements for their communities. And one of the alternative was the western part of Azerbaijan. So 8 settlements, 8 Siedlungen from the western Azerbaijan became a German settlement. I can list some of the names, maybe you have heard them. For example, Annenfeld. Have you ever heard about it? One was Tobuz, Taubenfeld, another one Akstafa, Grunfeld, another was Georgesfeld, the Çınarlı village in Şemkir, another was Eichenfeld, Irmaşlı village in Şemkir. So the Germans in 19th century bring their civilization on winemaking to Azerbaijan, and Azerbaijan people are always loyal. We kept their tradition even after their move from Azerbaijan, and still the modern factories of Azerbaijan in western regions are based on German heritage winemaking. And another step you can see from your right hand side on the top white-black picture, it's from F5. You can see the picture of our national leader Haydar Aliyev, which is picking up with great honor, picking up the indigenous grape variety, and he's looking on the photographer with a great honor. Because after the